Hey everybody, it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm here with my partners in hosting SilentAce 221 and Cerv. I'm their partner in hosting Mr. Solutions, and this is
Comic Cinema Clash.
Comic Cinema Class. This is Comic Cinema Class, people. These two, they're gonna be on that one day, I swear. But
Yeah.
I know we've been away for like 2 weeks. I know we be taking these extended breaks all the time, but life be getting in the way. And sometimes we got to do adulting things. So you know. But we're back this week, and we're here with another episode. It's another mixed bag, mostly because we've been gone for a couple weeks, and we wanted to talk about. We had a specific episode planned like 2 weeks ago, and we're going to talk a little bit about that anyway. But we're also going to talk a little bit about what Disney dropped on the Disney Plus stuff yesterday for trailers. Actually, I think we're going to show some trailers.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we're set up for that. We'll find out in the middle of the show.
Tanya, it's good to see you in there.
Hey Tanya, happy Saturday, girl. It's good to see our admin in the building as always.
Well,
We're gonna talk to Cerv a little bit today. He went and seen Eternals. Me and SilentAce, we were bad comic book movie reviewers, and we didn't go see Eternals yet. But Cerv overall was like he enjoyed it. I'm excited to hear his specific opinions on it. And
right. Yep.
yeah, so we're gonna talk about Star Wars Visions. That's what we promised from last week. So we're gonna get on that. We all enjoyed that, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Matter of fact, let's start with Star
We
Wars
should start
Visions.
with that. Yeah,
right?
we should.
All right. So, Sir, you wanted to talk about Visions. That was your idea to do a show about Visions. So I'm gonna let you spearhead this one.
Yeah, so I would imagine anybody that would be watching this has probably already seen it. If you haven't, it is a bunch of independent episodes all run by a different anime studio that were all just kind of given the reins of Star Wars. And
Mhm.
then,
It's a Star Wars anthology that has nothing to do with core Star Wars mythos. 'Cause-
yeah, so
yeah,
none
there
of
you
this
go.
is canon. It's all its own stuff. But man, they might want to reconsider after like the reception of it. Every episode told its own story. A decent amount of them were told in that traditional kind of samurai movie style of filmmaking, which was just a pleasure. They really knew how to get you into this with even just the first episode, which is probably my favorite one.
I would have to agree with you on that for sure.
It just the style of animation for every episode was just so unique,
Hmm.
fluid. The voice acting for everything. I heard that they did it in English. I didn't even, waste my time with that. But the Japanese voice acting for it was just phenomenal. If each episode was really short, it's like what, maybe 20 minutes an episode at the longest.
Hmm.
Go and check out what episode you're gonna be hooked.
Um,
Just check out the first one, you're gonna be hooked.
I disagree with the first episode being my favorite, even though I think it was the most stylistic by far. My favorite episode, as far as content, story, and honestly, it was my least favorite episode as far as the art goes. I'll be real. Like when it came on, I was really like, "Oh, how they gonna end the series with this quality of art?" But the last episode, man, the story was so freaking good. And what is that? What is that one in the middle with the what was it? The Sixth Jedi, the whatever.
The Ninth
Ninth
Jedi. The
Jedi.
Ninth
The Ninth
Jedi. That
Jedi.
one.
Yo,
Favorite
that
scene.
should be his own series by itself. Like,
Every single one of them can be on its own ground, man. Like it could definitely give a different perspective. I like the style. Like I just don't want to go into to cut it to your time, sir. But yo, Visions is where it's at.
So you know what? All of them could probably end up being their own series and do pretty well.
Yeah.
Ninth Jedi specifically,
Oof.
that one was kind of set up for.
yeah,
Oh, God, yeah.
Ninth Jedi was that. Like me and Sleeping Eight, my son, we ended at like, yo, we want that to be its own series. Like right now. Like, I was a fan of what was it, Ocho and the two
Lop and
sisters,
Ocho.
Lop and Ocho. Oh man, I thought that was such a good story.
That one also should probably be its own series.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god,
That was really, really good too.
that was really really good. Like,
Oh yeah.
all the episodes. Okay, the one that surprised me that I didn't think I was going to enjoy was the second or the third one where it's where they're
That's
the
Green Rhapsody.
where they're the rock band, right?
Oh, I enjoyed that one.
I really did. I really enjoyed it. When it came on, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? What? Like by the time it went off, I was like, "Yay!"
Yeah, exactly, bro. It definitely had that. It threw a different feel for the animation for sure. It was great. It was refreshing. It says that you sat there like, yeah, it was way out of left field for a Star Wars program, but they did a great job on it. Standing ovation, go, just do it, kill him, give him a job. Like it was great. It was fantastic about that whole shit.
I think it helped really set the tone too, because coming off of the first episode being so serious and
Oh
dark,
god, yeah.
kind of this twisted ending, to get so lighthearted and so innocent, and kind of it was really nice. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought that I would. I actually, when it first opened, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm feeling this, but
Right.
yeah, you like it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
So Ace, you said you agree with Cerv. Episode 1 is your favorite episode. Why? Let us know.
Oh man, it was when I first started watching it, and generally speaking, like you didn't know who was who in reference to like the Jedi, Sith, or anything like that. So it was like all black and white animation, definitely Japanese animation for sure. Loved the background of that. Really, I think it was that whole almost like a bounty hunter / shinobi / samurai feel when one Sith went against the other. When they figured out who they were Siths, like, oh, challenge accepted, it's on. It basically was, for me, in that whole episode, was the lightsabers. The detail, just the usage of the lightsabers. I mean, we also talked about this many a times. The umbrella set lightsaber, like, come on, if somebody don't cosplay that, I'm gonna be pissed as hell.
Right.
But the fact being, the animation of that, the prowess of one Sith, one overrule the other Sith, and it was just very much so, just how they utilized their sabers. Come on. Everybody knows about the umbrella one, but my favorite one in that episode in general was the samurai saber. Like, that shit was just sick. It was so detailed. It was just so crisp. And even though it was all black and white, it was just so clean in the ink writing, the draw, just the stroke of the pen, and of the digital information they put in there, which is so just. It was very captivating, and just with everything, how from the beginning to the end, I don't want to spoil nothing, but but the ending of it was very interesting as well. But it kept you on your toes. The fights were really good. Just the drawing was really good. The sabers in every episode, to be honest with you, really caught my eye. I think, which one was it? It was the twins. The twins.
Oh.
Oh god, dude, yeah, come on. That right there, she's just Dr. Ock in Star Wars formation, and 4 fucking sabers around you. And just the way they came up with the ideas for the sabers and all that stuff was just, I think that for me really kept me in there just to see what kind of animation they had with those, how they created the ideas they became behind. That was very, very, very clean in every episode for me personally. So yeah.
So for me, okay, I'm a huge fan of episode 1 of the series. I think one of the reasons why it's so endearing as episode 1 is the setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So immediately you're taken to like a Edo Japan style setting, and it's Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it sets the tone for what's going to be the rest of Visions. That it's not going to be the Star Wars that you think it is.
Nope.
At all, right? It's, we're exploring this idea that Jedi have existed, or worlds that are completely, like still stuck in Edo Japan exist,
Mm-hmm.
one or the other, right? Like, and then, okay, so the one with the twins, okay, artistically, that was a win for me. Storytelling, that was a fail.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's my least favorite one, storytelling wise, just because I feel like it fell flat on a lot of things. But like the animation quality, the art style that they went through, the color palette that they chose for that were like top notch.
Yeah, no,
I like the concept of the idea of it though, like straight out of the twins. You know what I mean? Like how they basically came from the kyber crystals and all that, from the Sith side, and all, like they just created to be the Sith. That was something they could have elaborated on or just done a better job. But yeah, I think the concept of it, the idea of it was good, but the delivery wasn't really there for it too much. I think it was more of the animation for me, and like I said, the lightsabers for me as well.
Yeah, no, the animation on that one was like way beyond.
Yeah.
Like it was so good, and the core concept of the twins was a really good story element. I believe that they delivered the story way abstractly.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Like it was way too cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
It just really wasn't like a really good cemented story. But that's the only one out of all the episodes that I thought what really the story didn't hold weight. But then, like I said, the last episode, honestly, graphically, artistically, that was the weakest one by far. But that was the best story. Period. My man's subversion to the dark side was real. That was real.
Yeah.
And you know what? Really, that's my favorite thing about the whole Vision series is that it's delivered something that I personally felt Star Wars has kind of been lacking, and that's the story of the Sith. This did a really, really good job of just showing, Sith stories.
Yes.
And that's what I think is going to make this suck, that it's not canon, because I've kind of wanted to see a lot more Sith story. Like,
we even got a Gray story.
Yeah.
You did. The first episode opening, where you think that this hero is about to save this village, and you see that lightsaber ignite red. Like, this was a story of Sith pairs and them not needing to coexist, right? That. I absolutely love that this, like, a lot of the stories did not end in happy ways.
No.
You kind of expected them to. They give you that little glimmer of Star Wars hope, but even at the end, that dude kind of subverting and finding his new Sith master at the end.
Right, yeah, that
I
was
felt so good about seeing that. And that may be my inner villain just kind of being really giddy about that, but I want to see more stories like that. I'm tired of seeing the Jedi triumph over good over and over and over again.
Right, that's not real.
Something very different, because even down to Lop and Ocho, like, the rivalry that was created out of a Sith story there was just so good. And they still gave you your Jedi Hope story of her, now she's got this new mission and a new
look, Visions was top notch all the way around.
Like, I think the ninth Jedi. I think that one definitely was where they actually it was the storyline for that was interesting to me in a way of, like, the Jedi and the lightsaber was like didn't exist in this time frame, or were abandoned, or whatever the case may be, after the Great War, or whatever the case may be, and then they were just like, or was it that one? Was it Ninth Jedi, or was it not the Ninth Jedi? I think it was. Which one was it? With the sabersmith.
Yeah, that was Ninth Jedi.
That's
okay. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, I'm on point. But the concept of that, and how these 7 characters come into play, and 6 of them are all basically Sith. And the way that entrance to that alone, for them to, the protagonists, to be like outnumbered, they're outnumbering the Jedi and all that stuff. It was a very good entry of that storyline of the Sith. I would like to see more of that. You know what I mean? Because how they killed off the Jedi, they got basically summoned, if you will, due to the signal, and then the Sith kills off them, obviously, so on and so forth. But just the entry, and when they finally see a lightsaber, and what was a good thing for me that really threw me off, because I was like thinking the guy who initially triggered the lightsaber for the first lightsaber that the robot gave him, and it turned blue. I was like, okay, I didn't think of that, but I thought it was like all of them they all touched it, they all turned on, but I was wrong, because I rewatched it. I was like, yeah, only one of them touched it. But when they she provides all the sabers, and also you just see red. I was like, okay, this is going to be some serious shit, and this is something that I would like to see furthermore in reference to the Sith. Because, like Cerv said, they don't have enough stories for the Sith. They don't have enough background stories to the Sith. Like, I feel where they need to take a little bit of a different perspective, if you will, to really talk about the Sith, or at least go from the originators of the Sith. You know what I mean? How they became, give them a slight origin story where you can feel it. And I think with Visions, they really able to touch base and have a little bit more of a free range with it, because no one really, you have the basic story of the Sith, right? That's all you know. But if they can get deep into that and give us a story more so, an origins, slight, like another Visions of origins of the Sith, that would be sick. I think they should definitely elaborate on that kind of stuff.
I'm going to disagree with you there. As far as an origin specifically goes, I think seeing a series behind it might be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they've touched on Sith origins like a ton of times. It's just in the modern Star Wars era, because there aren't any of them,
right.
There are only a handful of them. We just don't get to see too many stories of them. But as far as origins, I mean, if you want Sith origins, there's like tons of content that you can read.
Well, I'm talking about the originals 12 at that point, when they definitely, when the Jedi Order basically banned them from certain, from really feeling that way about the Force and so on and so forth. And then 12 got abandoned on to where basically Darth Maul come from, or one of those. I can't remember which one it was exactly, but just the origin story and that how it all began. That would be interesting, and not even into a movie because that sort of, I think that sort of past his timeline in a sense, but in a show, in a series, I think that would be good to go and definitely touching different origins, different areas. In reference to that, I don't think that we need a full-on like movie and 9 episodes of Star Wars movies or whatever. I think that with the series, for the Sith, there's so many different variations you could go about that, and I think that for me would be good.
So in the chat, Dark Duke 1 says Star Wars Rebels really shows a lot of story and info about the Siths. So thank you, Dark Duke, for both the info and for joining the show. Glad you're with us today. All right, so we're gonna slide out of Star Wars Visions though. We're gonna wrap that up by saying it was fucking excellent. You should watch it.
Yes.
Right? If you already haven't watched Visions yet, it's on Disney Plus right now.
Right.
If you have Disney Plus, then it's free for you, sans what you're paying a month to watch Disney Plus, right? So we are suggesting that you go watch it. It is a great watch, and you should do that. Now, before I slide into the next topic, I just want to say, gentlemen, it's nice to see that we all decided to grow winter beards. Bam.
There it is, bro.
Right? Beards. We're going to let these grow out. All right.
As much as I can.
As much as I can. Man, you're telling me, man, I got this like one ball spot like right here. It is, it's so bald, too. It's like baby smooth butt bald. You know what I mean?
This is the hands not doing no something like that at all.
So like I said at the beginning, though, me and Ace, we were bad comic book movie review people.
Yeah.
We did not go see Eternals this week.
No, unfortunately not.
Tom, your mic's on the winter beard too. I know this is about to be cold out here. Look, people that can grow the face here ain't got no time for not having it.
No, that's right. Man. Have a coat in my face.
But we didn't watch Eternals yet. We promise we will go watch it so we can have a full review of Eternals on the show and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But Cerv actually did watch Eternals this week. Yeah. And he actually had a positive opinion of it, which I'm shocked because
I saw that. I was like, wait, huh? What? No. It was like, I gotta hear this now. I feel horrible. Now if it's that, I have to watch it. It's a must.
Honestly, I haven't been looking for. I haven't been looking forward to seeing that. Right?
No, definitely not.
I was really gonna put it on. Hopefully, I can skip the whole show about it and wait till it comes out on like Disney Plus and then watch it or whatever. But now the server's like it's good. We're gonna hear. Well, let's get his opinion. Tell us why we should go watch it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm going to preface this by saying that I have never been a fan of Eternals comics. Mm-hmm. They kind of bore me just a little bit every single time I read them, whether it's the old ones, the new ones. I feel like it's they kind of do lazy universe building in Eternals comics. If I'm being honest, might be an unpopular opinion, but this movie, man, they did a really, really good job of making you care about people that you shouldn't have interest in, really. Like obviously I'm not going to spoil anything here, but like the way that they developed each and every single one of them made you genuinely care about what happens to them, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting really I went into the movie like, okay, I cannot wait to see like 8 of these motherfuckers die, like so that they don't come back in other movies, right?
Yo, that is hilarious.
I'll fucking die. It's it. Don't need them.
Because it's so saturated with like heroes that are just kind of left alive in the MCU, like
right.
Y'all keep wanting to bring people back. I was straight ready for like all of them to die.
Okay, so hold on. Before you say that, I want to just touch on your comment, right? You're like, the MCU is saturated with heroes, but so is the Marvel universe.
It is.
They're just trying to build the Marvel universe on screen.
Yeah, no, and they're doing a fine job, and this really expands on the universe building a little bit. And it really does set up like the next big thing for the MCU, which I think we all kind of
Nice.
expected this would just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But man, every character played their roles perfectly. Like
Angelina didn't fuck it up.
just look, and I'm gonna tell y'all, if you go see it for anything, go see it for Makari, who is the speedster Eternal, and she's black.
Yes,
So
yes.
traditionally, they made a lot of the Eternals women that were men in the comics before,
Mm-hmm.
and they, definitely mixed around some of the races. Obviously, you look at the
Yeah.
cast. Um, Everybody did such a good job of playing their characters, but Makari is my new favorite cinematic speedster.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
She makes
Okay.
the Flash look like I bet you that when Quicksilver was out there saving the world from Ultron and doing all his shit, she was just watching that on the TV screen like this nigga is slow.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So Dark Duke One says too many heroes. I want more anti-heroes and villain stories. All right.
I mean, you just got Venom.
Well, that wasn't even good though.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't even good though.
You
Like,
know what though? If that's what you want, go see Eternals because you do get just a little bit of that in there.
I want to talk. I want to talk about. I want to talk about. Hey, Angel Monique. Thanks so much for dropping in. You know
Yeah.
what? I know you missed us on Monday, and real quick, Julian's going through some stuff with his mom and her health. He's just not really able to do the show right now. So soon as we can come back and do the show, we're going to come back and do the show on Monday. So please stay tuned. We'll be back. I don't want to just put him out there like that all over social media, but he's dealing with some stuff at home, and as soon as we can get back to this is called the show, we're gonna get right back to it.
There it is.
I missed it too.
But okay, so anti-hero and villain story. My dad called. He missed it too. My dad's like, "So when you gonna do the show again?" Like, I missed the show. Like, right. But anti-hero and villain stories. They're hard thing to carry as a writer, right? Like,
Excuse me one second.
yeah, it's impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but it's a hard fan thing to let the villain outright win.
Yeah.
Right? And it's also a tricky mechanic as a writer to want to change the nature of the anti-hero villain where they're, seemingly good. Right? And I'm glad you talked daily because I've been trying to reach out to him and he kind of had me on freeze. But I understand he's going through and I'm going to let him go through. Yes, have a beautiful weekend, Angel. Tell him I said, hey, tell him to reach out to me. But yeah, I just think they're kind of a hard thing, and that's especially from a writer's perspective, right? Like once you start making the villain a good guy, it's are they a villain anymore? Right?
You got to do a really good job of writing morals, which not everybody is, amazing at, right? Like once you have these guys shot in like one general direction, you typically want to keep them in that general direction, right? I think we're going to start to see some of this stuff tested, which might be a segue into what we wanted to talk about too with this Moon Knight trailer, because Moon Knight's, very anti hero, kind of vibes, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely done a lot of questionable things. Same with like the new Batman movie, Robert Pattinson's Batman that's coming. That looks a lot more.
You want to know who my favorite anti-hero is?
Who? I'm actually, yeah, who?
Punisher, yo.
Really?
Look, Punisher is the realest of the anti-heroes, right? One, this is a dude with no superpowers. Straight up and down, military trained, taking out street level bad guys with guns, killing them in their face. Right? On his own moral compass. You know what I'm saying? Like, all day, every day, serving them like 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? That's the Punisher.
I
Like,
think when the Punisher has, and I mean, obviously this applies to everybody, but with good writing, the Punisher really shines.
yeah.
When he gets bad writers, though, man, I really dislike the Punisher, like more than the other characters.
But yeah,
I
like
feel
you
like,
said, I think that applies to like almost all
yeah,
characters,
it really
right?
does.
Like, you know, Dark Duke says, man, I've read some great Punisher stories in my day, and look, Frank Castle gets it all day, every day. Like, my man is like, I hate people who rob, kill, steal, peddle drugs, pimps. All you could die, and all of them die, right? Like, that's what makes him a true anti-hero, right? Like, he's out here being a for real vigilante. The cops is after him, right? You
Well, and
know,
talk about not giving a fuck, because he don't care if Spider-Man's after him. He don't care if,
right?
you
He ain't got
know,
no real
Sentry's
allegiances
after
with no
him.
superheroes.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just gonna get shit done.
right? He's just look. I'm out here killing drug dealers, pimps. I'm out here killing mob bosses. I'm out here killing any bad guy that's out here raping people. What I don't care. Like, I'm putting bullets in your face.
Yeah.
Right? That's true anti-hero stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I be feeling Deadpool. You know, Deadpool's funny or whatever, but I feel like the core of what Deadpool is weak to build an anti-hero on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was better off as a villain.
You know what? Deadpool is a perfect example of what I was saying with like people having trouble writing morals. They've given him so many good morals now that he's not even an anti-hero, and
Yeah.
hasn't been in a while.
Wow,
He's just
exactly.
a hero
He's
now.
just a freaking hero,
Um,
right?
he's just a dick. That's it.
Right. Just a true asshole. That's all he is at this point.
But he's a hero now, right? He's
Yeah.
lost that anti-hero-ness a long time ago.
Very
Mhm.
long time.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all got to stop calling like hyper violent superheroes anti-heroes, because that's
right,
not what they are.
right. They're just hyper violent. You know, like Punisher is absolutely on the wrong side of the law, and most of the superheroes, and most people's moral codes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, this man goes on murder sprees around New York City, and no one can stop him.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you know what? I love that like Marvel in one of their recent comics kind of pointed out that he has the biggest like body count out
Yeah,
of
Oh
like
yeah. Oh yeah.
every single hero. And you know, even in the comic, Wolverine was like, "Oh man, I thought it would have been me." And they're like, "Nah, Frank Castle is like the fucking Grim Reaper, dude. Like
right. If
this
he's
nigga does
gunning
this
for
stuff
you,
for
you're actually dead. Like,
yeah,
there ain't too many Punisher stories that end up with the bad guys alive
Yep.
at
Nope.
all.
None at
except
all.
for the Kingpins. What do they call that literary shield? I know I'm plot shields, right? They got to
Yeah.
keep the
Yeah.
Kingpin
He's got
alive.
plot armor. He's got plot armor.
Yeah.
Right? He's Kingpin. He can't die. But
Mm-mm.
every underling under Kingpin, all
Yep.
the way in that story arc, you best
I mean,
believe they
getting it.
caught a bullet.
Yep.
And getting it. And look, they do a good job of the confrontations that he does have with Kingpin. They're never like, oh, of course they would keep him alive. Like you kind of get afraid for the Kingpin every now.
Yeah, like, look, nah.
Oh shit, they about to kill him.
He's for me, he's maintained a true anti-hero status from his inception until now. Right? Like, because he was always built on that precept, right?
Right.
I'm
Yep.
out here putting bullets in bad guys. Right? That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't pull punches. I'm not trying to arrest you. I don't care what these other heroes got to say. I don't care what these cops got to say. I had a psychological break,
Right.
and I'm a military trained, and CIA trained, and all these other things, and I'm tired of watching you scumbags go to jail and get out. And so what I'm gonna do is go on a murder spree on all of you until you put me in the ground.
Yep.
And yes,
He does a
Dark
good
Duke, he
job.
did kill a ton of heroes in one of the comic arts because he's dope like that.
Yep. He's still badass.
Because he's real Batman. with
Yeah,
bullets.
exactly. He actually utilizes everything Batman does and takes care of shit. That's period.
That's right. That's
Every
just
opportunity to shit on Batman, we gonna do
man.
on this.
Every chance I get, I will lift up my leg and poop right on his cowl.
Bro, Batman's a great value Punisher. Like, that's all he is. He can't do none of the shit he can do. And he sits here and talks all the shit. And Punisher was like, I'm killing all you sons of bitches. That's it. You're
Hey,
not.
you're
All
right,
you
and
sons of
and
bitches.
Duke, you're right about that, man. Flash Paradox Batman is the way the Batman should be.
Yes,
Exactly.
I agree.
That's
I will agree
Agree.
with you there.
Thomas Wayne Batman. Thomas Wayne Batman.
that
Wayne.
fucking Batman. Fuck the Bruce Wayne one. Yeah.
And that's because he is the Punisher, right? They just made a DC's version of him.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. But yeah, no, Punisher's my favorite anti-hero. That's all. And you know what? So this is gonna be a pretty decent segue. If you haven't watched the Punisher series on Netflix, that was pretty dope. I really enjoyed John Benthenall as Bethanol, whatever his name is, as Punisher. Yo, he
Fantastic
killed
job.
that role, and they wrote the shit out of that story. So
Yeah. That role was made for him. Like,
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah,
It really was.
and I hope Disney finds a way to reincorporate his role as a Punisher. I've been hearing some whispers about that.
Yeah, there's all these people excited about Daredevil, and don't get me wrong, I hope that he comes back. The show is amazing, but I'm like, well, give me some more Punisher. You know, I wouldn't even be opposed to seeing more Luke Cage.
I want all those shows to come back. I can't lie
Yeah.
to you. I was a fan of all of those shows, and even though like Luke Cage and Iron Fist kind of got shit on, as
Yes,
far
they
as the
did.
show, and I don't really know. In my opinion, I don't really know why. Right?
Right.
Like,
Bad writing, man, because they had permission to do whatever they wanted. They just chose.
you know
not
what? I don't
to.
really feel like it was bad writing. So on some
Mhm.
real, I grew up reading the entirety of Power Man by himself, Iron Fist by himself, Power Man and Iron Fist, and Heroes for Hire. Right? I think they did an excellent job with those shows.
Yes.
I am.
Oh no, I enjoyed them both. Even when people were crapping on Iron Fist, if you really, I feel like those people only watched like the first episode and didn't really give it a chance. Because if you actually went through and watched the rest of the show, they did a really good job of like building Danny Rand's story up, to his despicable siblings, and eventually, his brother becoming kind of redeemable at the like. Really, really good storytelling right there.
Look, I'm intimately familiar with those two characters. Honestly, they are my favorite two Marvel characters, hands down. I love what they stand for. I love what they stand for in the comic. I love what they stood for Marvel at the time. Right? So Marvel purposely used the two characters to be like, there's no racial tension here at Marvel, right? Look, we got a black dude and a white dude. They work together. They live together. They go on double dates together. There ain't no hint of racial divide here in Marvel. Look at it through the lens of Heroes for Hire,
Yep.
right? Look at it through the relationship of Colin Wing and Misty Knight, right? Look at it through the relationship of Luke Cage dating Colin Wing and Danny Rand dating Misty Knight. Look at it through those lenses, right? Like, they really used that IP to push a lot of racial envelopes in the late 70s and the early 80s.
Especially for the area that needed them probably the
Yep.
most, right? Like just right there in the grimy streets of New York.
Yep.
Where those stories maybe weren't as obvious to people outside, but for the people that live there, I'm sure those stories really hit home.
And I was a huge fan of that. I've been a huge fan of it in the whole of my life.
You know
I was
what?
a
With
huge
you
fan of the
saying that,
shows.
then I want to get your reaction because there was some Iron Fist news. I don't know if you stumbled by it that comic wise, Danny Rand is giving up the Iron Fist.
I did hear that.
What do you think about that? Because it's an Asian guy now. We don't know who it is, but
Okay, so on the topic of using Iron Fist to heal racial divides,
Hmm.
right? Um, the argument has always been why wasn't Iron Fist Asian, right? Now, Danny Red's backstory is pretty freaking contrived, right? Like, in case none of you familiar, no, in case anybody watching is not familiar, this is how it happens. Danny Red's dad is rich. He is looking for literally this mystical city, Kunlun. And he takes his business partner, his wife, and his son, who is like 10. I don't know why you would take your 10-year-old son on a
the
trip
Himalayas.
through the Himalayas to find a mystical city. But
Family bonding.
that's some old Johnny Quest shit right there, right? But the business partner betrays the dad, kills the dad and the wife, thought he kills Danny Rand. Danny Rand comes across the mystical city of Kunlun, whose magical gate opens like once every 100 years or some craziness like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on the time period. The monks take him in. They train him. He beats everybody to earn the Iron Fist, right? To go fight the dragon, to give the dragon a hug him to death, or hug him down to sleep again, and steal his heart so that he can get the Iron Fist, right? So there's reasons for the Iron Fist being a white person, right? Like, it's read into the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I never really had the argument of like, well, why isn't the Iron Fist, Asian dude, right? But it does stand to reason that if he's going to pass down the Iron Fist, that it should go to someone that's been in Kunlun and would obviously be an Asian person,
Yep.
right? The only other person that it would make sense for him to pass it down to would be like Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I honestly thought that that's what they were gonna do. Just because you see all this build up, the guy's never had superpowers. I figure, oh, this might be a great way to give him superpowers is by passing it down. Um, my guess is that it's going to be Swordmaster, who is another Asian superhero.
I
A lot
don't
of people
like
might not know anything about
Swordmaster.
Swordmaster. He's kind of new, but
No, okay.
that's
I read Swordmasters. Like, I read like the first 5 issues, 6 issues of Swordmaster.
it's good.
And like a lot of the people that one is very very manga inspired. Like,
Oh, it like is a manga.
it's a
Yeah.
manga. And
Yeah.
I think my problem with it is riddled with guest appearances. Like, every issue is like Doctor Strange, and
They
then
Yeah.
didn't have to do that at all. Just
Right.
let it be its own thing. Like we get that it takes place in the Marvel universe. They didn't have to do that.
right. Like, it is riddled with guest appearances. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Made me. That's what lost me on Swordmaster. I think it's got a unique story. I think the MC is cool. I think they would have been better doing what they were also doing, which was bringing Swordmaster into the MCU. I'm not the MCU, but the Marvel universe, into other things. Saying yes, Swordmaster does exist. Go check out Swordmaster #1. Blah blah blah. But like every issue of Swordmaster was like a guest appearance, a new guest appearance. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. So I don't know, but I said all of that originally because I was like, I think we're gonna watch some clips because there was some trailers put out yesterday by Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I didn't watch them all. I didn't know there was an event. I've had my nose to the ground, doing some editing on my books and re-editing our comic or recompiling our comic because of some technical difficulties. So I'm back to episode 1, redoing that. So I didn't know that Disney Plus had put out some stuff. So I did see the Moon Knight trailer, but I didn't see the She-Hulk trailer, and I didn't see the Miss Marvel trailer. So we're gonna watch those on the show.
Get some reaction. Ace, have you seen any of these?
I briefly seen the She-Hulk, but not the Moon Knight. I just saw a brief looking of it on Facebook, but like open it up or anything like that. So no, I haven't seen that. So yeah, I need to check that out.
All right, so if this is still good. Oh wait, no, I don't have a screen share for us. Didn't I have a screen share for us? I thought I did. Oh no. Oh yeah, no. Here we go. Screen share. Aha. No, that's the starting soon. No, I don't have a screen share for us. Oh, that sucks. And I can't. I mean, I could build one on the show, but that's weird.
You could put it in like the corner or something like that.
Oh yeah. Give me a second. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, hold on. You so smart. You so smart. I bet your mom's so proud of you.
I hope so.
I bet she's so proud. All right, give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna add a scene real quick. I'm gonna add a display off in here. We're gonna get some resizing going on. We're gonna put it right here. Yeah. All right. So the sound should work. I'm pretty sure. Let's do this.
I was the best at what I did.
He was the best at what he did.
Yeah, I love that.
I got in, got out. No one got hurt. Until I discovered something I was never meant to see. That's when they came for me. Now,
Look how fancy we are.
There is more to the moon than childish stories.
Still trying to figure out if you're supposed to kill me or give me a pep talk.
I, the moon's knight of vengeance, must carry out your luminous will.
I feel like this trailer went off the rails.
This isn't it. This is something else.
Of the
Some
moon
fan
knight.
made stuff. Because I was sitting here, I'm like, I don't remember something that happened.
I don't know what happened there. I could have sworn I had the official trailer. I guess not.
There's a
What?
bunch of, people try to make their own shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the mark. Here, let's try this one.
It was real short. You know what? I think.
Yeah. Here we go.
I can't
Yeah,
tell the
this-
difference between my waking life and dreams.
The voice in your head. It devours you.
That's the ticket. Even though that looked all way off over here for some reason, didn't it? It was all like,
So if you wanted that anti-hero vibe, I think that delivers it, pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
let's see if we got the right Miss Marvel trailer. No, this is from Screen Culture. Hold on. Let me get the Marvel one. Here we go.
We need new heroes.
one suited for the times we're in.
What's cutting that? Oh, I know what's cutting that off. Oh, there we go.
When it came out, we had such an incredible reaction.
I was sent by an old friend of your mother's.
This is a fan-made one too.
Is
I'd like
it?
to meet with you.
Yeah,
Where?
because some of that is WandaVision footage.
That's what I thought. It's so hard.
You would think Disney would have just put them.
On their shit.
Yep. You would have thought. Yeah, no, I don't see a Disney one.
Nah, they made them kind of a pain in the butt to find. I was trying to show them to my boy, and some of them were kind of a pain in the butt to find.
That's so
But
sad.
all of them were like really, really short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I found the Marvel one from She-Hulk. We got that one.
Right.
Yeah, this is real work.
I'm a normal lawyer. Well, not that normal.
These transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
They should have kept
Okay.
the old logo. I like the old logo better.
Well, I don't know. Generally, Disney's not a letdown so far. That whole Disney Plus thing has been pretty on point. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm feeling pretty strong about the shows in general.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Speaking of Miss Marvel, though, that got delayed to fall next year, I believe. It was supposed to come out this month.
Oh wow, that's a big pushback.
Yeah, and so what people have been saying is they think that that's because of the negative reception of the whole, Green Lantern powers, and that they might try to, work some CG over the next year to give her what she actually has. I don't know how true that is, so grain of salt, but yeah, we won't be seeing that one for a minute.
Well, okay, but we got about 10 minutes left in the show, boys. Anything else interesting in comic that we did not cover?
You know what? Not Comicdom, but this show Arcane.
Oh yeah, Netflix.
Go check that out. Yes.
Is it good like that?
Man, look, if you thought that What If's animation quality was good, this shit's gonna blow you away.
Hey,
Goddamn.
The storytelling.
Hey,
oh my god.
Did y'all watch okay, so it's kind of old on Netflix, and I just watched it. I've been ignoring it for like a long time, but did y'all watch Dragon's Dogma on Netflix?
Oh no, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, that was fire. Like,
Yeah, I need to check that out. I'm a huge Capcom geek too, so
yo,
I need to
that
go check
look,
Nice.
look, Dragon's Dogma was so damn good. Like, I don't know why I was ignoring that for so long. Like, yo,
Right.
wow.
Yeah, I think I'll do that this week because I completely forgot about that.
No, really, 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 really good.
But it's Arcane. The first 3 episodes came out last week. The next 3 episodes came out today, and then the final 3 come out next week. Do yourself a favor and go check that out. We could make an episode on that. It's that good. It's really good.
What is that? The League of Legends
Yeah,
animation,
it's a League of
right?
Legends story. Yep.
Okay.
And even if you've never played the games, they're kind of counting on that because the game doesn't have any like story mode or anything like that. So everybody that's getting this is kind of fresh learning about the characters that they've played.
Oh, Dota was good too. The Dota animation.
Yeah, Dota was really good.
That was really good.
I cannot wait for Dragon's Blood Season 2.
You know what I wouldn't mind seeing, having a series on Netflix that's a video game? Overwatch
It was supposed to happen. Blizzard was supposed to do like their own studio to make movies and a TV show for Overwatch. But I don't know if y'all have kept up in the news on what Blizzard's been going through, but don't expect it anytime soon. They're going through some stuff.
Oh yeah, no, Blizzard might not make it, but I was still Overwatch. Yeah, an Overwatch animation on Netflix, a series like.
Nice.
Yeah, I would absolutely. I read the Overwatch comics every single time they drop. They're good
I watch
comics.
the animations. I read the comics.
Yes.
Overwatch has got a rich story that they decided to spread out amongst like all this different media, which makes it really hard to.
Yeah. Really hard to keep up with your fan. You really got to be
Yeah.
dedicated if you want to know about the characters. But once you do get there, it's kind of worth it. They do a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So, SilentAce, you ran into anything this week that you want to put on our heads before we out of here?
I haven't really been into. I've just been revisiting like a lot of the Naruto Shippuden. Just been into that once more, just trying to get refreshers of those. I've sort of been tied in between work and that, so I haven't really had a chance to really look into something else to dive into. Will probably give me another week, give or take, to come up with something for us to sort of evaluate, if you will.
Well, since you brought up anime, since you just happened to bring it up,
right?
Anyone who knows me knows I love my reincarnation animes, my isekai, right? Like I love that. I love that shit, right? So, the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat.
Oh shit!
Great, such a great anime. It's so good. I'm suggesting you watching. Yes, that is the title. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. That is the title.
That's the title of the whole.
Yeah, that's the title of it.
It's a long ass title.
Yeah. Okay, so the isekais have for whatever reason, the titles are long. They have to explain the reincarnation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many reincarnation, stories in that genre that they gotta like tell you what the reincarnation is so that you're hooked, right? So the reincarnations seem to have like a long, like the time I got reincarnated as slime, right? That type of stuff. So
that's
yeah, you like in another world with my smartphone, right? Like,
okay, I like it. It's original.
Those are the titles a lot of times that you get with those. Actually, all right. So, but I've told you plenty of times on the show to watch Slime. Anytime we talk about anime, I'm like, look, watch that time I got reincarnated Slime.
It's not the first time, yeah, for sure.
In Another World with My Smartphone is also fire. Like, that is really good. You know what? I could do a whole show myself on just isekais. Me and Sleeping Ink could come on here and like probably talk about isekais for like 4 hours.
Nice.
Like,
oh, I'm sure y'all could.
Oh hell yeah!
I got hundreds. No, I ain't got hundreds, but I got a mountain of suggestions, and he's got many more than that. Like,
no,
he is like, look, my man is way deep in the isekai genre. That's where he lived. Like,
right.
Yo, man. Speaking of these isekais, he's got me listening to light novels now. So like, I just caught up listening to That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, right? And that's actually really good. Yo, that story is like so good. Like I'm on volume 19. I'm on volume 18, waiting for volume 19. I'm way ahead of the manga. And the manga and the anime are actually pretty close. Like they've been producing those at the same time.
Nice.
That story. Look, Slime is so good. Like,
yeah, he talked to me about it a little bit. The last time I spoke with him. So
now I'm listening to Overlord. Because Overlord is one of my favorite isekais, and I've been waiting for season 3 for 2.5 years now, and I can't take it no more. So now I'm just listening to Overlord. And yeah, yo, man, look. I don't know. Isekai genre, like look, hit me up on the social medias if you want a list of the Eshikas that you should be watching. Because I got a whole bunch. Like the Cautious Heroes, Overly Cautious. Yeah, should be watching that.
Nice.
That's freaking.
The title.
That's freaking great.
Thanks.
Hey, Queen Kesha, thanks for joining us. Yes. Yeah, Stevie is my favorite person. Yeah. That my son, Sleeping Ink, Stevie. Yeah, that's my man's in them. That's my man's in them. I know. That's my man's in them. But nah, like yeah, that's what I was like. The titles for the Eshikas be outrageous, but they be so damn.
Oh, that's
they be
awesome.
So damn good.
I love the straightforwardness.
It's Keisha. All right, I got it now. But what anybody got? We got like 3 minutes. What y'all got in 3 minutes?
Outside of the whole Arcane thing, which I can't stress enough, check that out. I have been kind of dipping my toes back into some anime with I'm rewatching Cowboy Bebop because it's been like a decade since I last saw it.
Because Netflix got it on there and it tricked you into watching it because Netflix got it on there.
Yeah, and when this new one comes, I want to be ready for that. So I wanted to have in my mind. But that's really what I've been as far as like content I've been ingesting this week. What about you, Ace?
Just like I've been into the whole revisiting like a lot of the anime stuff as well. Naruto Shippuden's been one of the ones I've been dipping into hardcore. I just forget how, and I don't know why. I prefer it to be subbed and dubbed, and I just like the way the animation is, and then the storyline, and basically how serious that shit gets throughout the season. You know what I mean? And it's so interesting. So that's all I've been getting to at this point. And interesting facts of Naruto again. So try to refresh, if you will.
On some real talk, I officially ran out of television that I want to watch. So I watched all the TV. I'm caught up on all my shows until they come out new. I've watched all the movies I want to watch, and I'm down to watching Hoarders. So that's where we're at.
What we got Hawkeye at Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
so
that is not right now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Put you on Arcane, so to go check out an episode of that.
Oh, you know what else I gotta watch on Netflix? The new Bright animation.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Man, all right, Bright was dope.
It was.
Talk about a great movie. I just wanted to see Will Smith come back and play, or I want to see more of that. Like, I'll probably end up watching that anime too.
Oh, wait! Did you guys see? Adult Swim and Crunchyroll are releasing tonight. Tonight, Adult Swim and Crunchyroll are releasing Blade Runner Black Lotus.
Oh, is that today?
Yeah,
Yes,
tonight at midnight, probably 10 o'clock our time.
Okay,
Yep.
Because I saw the trailer and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah.
Yes, yo, that looks like fire.
It's total schematic. Looking good.
Yeah, that looks good too.
I don't know it's you, whoever you is. I'm sorry, I should know better. I'm gonna go prostrate myself somewhere and whip myself with a barb chain in the back or something. Don't worry, but I'm punish myself. But so you guys, it is always fun hanging out with you guys. It is the top of the hour though. I'm sure those of us who nicotine are gonna need nicotine. So we're gonna take care of that. And are we gonna be back next Saturday? Can we commit to 2 weeks in a row?
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, Captain.
All right. Good.
Oh, so what is next Saturday? What are we doing there?
That's the 20th.
It would be on 19th. Okay, so real quick. I know I said the 25th episode before, but let's do the 20th episode. Obviously, that's like right here, right? We're coming up on the 20th episode. We're gonna do our favorite things on the 20th episode, right?
Yeah.
we are going to reveal some new art for the show by Cerv.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. It's fire. I actually can't wait to reveal it on the show. I wanted to do it today, but I behaved myself. But we're gonna release some new art for the show. We're gonna do our favorite things episode on the 20th episode. So we're just gonna talk about our favorite nerd stuff. We're gonna try to keep it to comics and comic movies and stuff, but you know, we're gonna do our favorite things. But what do we want to do next week specifically? That's a great question, sir. I want to promise Eternals next week, right? But like,
if y'all can see it, yeah, I don't want to put pressure on you guys to like, get to it.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I ain't gonna lie to you. See the way my bank account is set up, I gotta check his savings, right? And
it's a 3-5 business days to transaction go through.
Exactly that, right? So, but if I can make it to see it, then and if Ace makes it see it, then we can definitely talk about it. But I don't really know what we should do for next week. Hey, do y'all want to start a new series next week?
Like what?
Yeah.
A new sub-series. Do y'all want to start Underrated?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Y'all want to start Underrated next week?
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Ooh,
underrated who? You got somebody in mind?
Not quite, but I think we can come up with something.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if this qualifies, but Black Panther might be a good candidate for that because I feel like casual people just think that's a man in a fucking catsuit.
No. See, okay, perfect. Let's do Black Panther underrated, right? Because remember when we did Batman overrated and you tried to compare Batman to Black Panther, and I was like, do not do that because they are two different things all together, right? Yeah, there you go. How'd I get a little echo? Where did that come from? Did it just start, Tanya? That's crazy. But anyway, next week we're gonna do Black Panther underrated, right? Because that dude is way underrated by the layperson. Like, my man be fighting cosmic beings and whatnot. You don't even know.
Actual gods.
Right, because he's got an actual god living inside of him. You don't even know. Right?
Yes,
so,
boss.
We're gonna talk about it. I was gonna say we might have actually talked about our prime candidate today already in Frank Castle, the Punisher. Punisher's underrated.
I think he is too. Yeah.
We could he'd be a candidate for that episode.
I think so.
Next week, underrated Black Panther for episode 19. We're gonna start a new sub series.
Yes. Underrated.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. All right, gentlemen. Always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. This has been my partners in hosting, SilentAce 221 and Cerv. I've been their partner in hosting, Mr. Solutions. And this was Comic Cinema Clash. Woo!
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining, everybody. Thanks for joining the conversation. It was fantastic. Thanks